The Dev School is a company that I started when I was 19. The aim was to create an environment where people who really want to learn how to create technology can meet with experts in the field and have what I call collaborative self-learning, where they're using openly available learning resources to learn and to teach others and create an environment where we can make the most of the resources that we have in terms of education materials and technology at the same time to facilitate the training. When you're 19 and you're doing a crowdfunding campaign and you're starting the first hacker school in Kenya, you know, CNN wants to feature you, BBC wants to feature you, you become the poster girl, there's so much hype. I was invited to so many conferences. I was nominated for a number of entrepreneurship competitions like Anzisha Prize, which is really good for you as an entrepreneur to build your portfolio, create your credibility and get yourself out there. But at the same time, being a 19-year-old black woman, you're not typically the startup founder. People, you know, are inspired by you, but they don't necessarily give you money. They don't sign you a check, which is frustrating because as a company, that's what you need. So that was a big challenge where people are really excited to see the work that I'm doing, but I'm not really seeing results from that excitement. You know, I'm not the typical IT person. The biases they have in their minds, and when I was talking about inclusion earlier, that's why I see my role to come in to change that image of, you know, who's a techie, who's an entrepreneur in my setting in Kenya. Infrastructure for me is so key in a city. We cannot let a few monopolies in the tech industry like Google and Facebook and a few telecoms to decide what that will look like, because that's all private business. The internet is not free basics or Facebook or these few services. The internet is so much more, and we can use it for so much more beyond you know, just going to Facebook and the few services that they pre-select. And the biggest problem with that for me is infrastructure, because people are using this because they don't have access to fast and affordable internet. So Facebook is coming in and making interesting partnerships with these telecoms to provide this service. For people in these countries, the experience of the internet would be completely different, therefore increasing the digital divide. So it seems like Free Basics is coming in to bridge that gap, but actually it's increasing because what you think is the internet is not what is the internet for the rest of the world. And for me, that's a work around the system. They realize how powerful the infrastructure is because that shapes how we use the internet and how we view it. And by them, you know, slowly sneaking in, it's very dangerous, I'd say. And this is public space and a public resource. So for me, I feel like our governments cannot take that step back and say, oh, the service is already being provided. That's all privately owned. And this is public space. We cannot depend on private infrastructure. Like, that really scares me that as a city, we're depending on private infrastructure for such a basic service.